What's up, guys? Oh my gosh, what's going on, everyone? What's going on? It is Sunday morning when you're watching this, possibly. I mean, in theory, you should have nothing else better to do, right? Because you shouldn't be, I mean, I guess you could be watching church virtually, I guess, but for those of you who normally go to church, maybe you're not going to church, or maybe you're not watching church virtually. So you're here instead, which is great. So welcome, guys. So today we've got the Blues and the Stars and what could be the final game in this series. So Dallas leads the series 3-1. We're back in St. Louis for game 5. Remember, St. Louis has got to win out to even have a chance. So, I mean, their backs are against the wall. All the pressure's on St. Louis at this point to deliver. So the question is, will they deliver? We're about to find out. We are about to find out. So hopefully everyone is enjoying their Sunday so far. I know it's early, and so maybe the best is yet to come, and maybe, maybe not so great. But just keep in mind, guys, for some states, in theory, at this point, you are less than 2 weeks away from a situation where, your stay-at-home orders have expired, possibly. Or they just haven't been extended. But I mean, that's great news possibly for some people, right? No more like being locked in your house. You can go outside. Obviously, there's still precautions you have to take because you can't be an idiot and go and get sick. I mean, I guess you could if you wanted, but you probably don't want to be. So you're probably not going to be going to church anytime soon, is my guess. But then again, I don't know. You might, maybe you will. What the heck is going on? Oh my god, how did he save that? But yeah, so, again, even though, again, that's just a happy thing, in general. Not having to do the stay-at-home stuff. Not feeling like you have to be a prisoner in your own home. Just the feeling of that alone is a reason to be happy, right? Wow, how was that not a delay of game? But yeah, so anyways, so it is now, today's the 19th, so yeah, man, so like, this is good. It's really good. But anyways, for me, again, it's Friday night for me. This is obviously pre-recorded, just as all of these things are. One-timer opportunity denied down low. That was actually a good opportunity they had there. But St. Louis, oh, there you go. Oh, and saved. So hopefully this game is a little bit more interesting than some of the past ones. I mean, the other games haven't been like, I don't know. To me, they don't seem like very interesting. Between these two teams, the games just haven't seemed interesting to me. But that could just be me. Maybe because I just have no interest in either team in particular. So it just doesn't mean much. Is probably why. But yeah, so how's everyone's day today? Let me know in chat. How's everyone doing? Tell me if you're good. Tell me if you're having a bad day. I should still be there. I should be there with you in chat right now. So let me know how you're doing. We can talk. We can talk about it. Especially if you're feeling bad today or feeling down. Some of you maybe have some schoolwork to do tomorrow or something. Oh, another save. Some of you maybe don't have anything going on, and so you're bored. This is something to do. So I'm trying to. Oh yeah. So yeah, I told you guys in the other video. Again, it was kind of down at the end, just in case anyone didn't stick around to hear it. So basically, what I was saying towards the end of the. Oh, interesting save, 6th save. Oh, penalty, of course. What is up with these tripping penalties now? These guys have been far more animated in the last game and now in this game. They're just like dying on the ice when they get tripped. Look at that. He's just like, oh. But So what I'm planning on doing for every one of these recordings or these premieres going forward is that every premiere will have the intro music and we'll have closing time after each one. I'm not planning on doing 3 games every single day going forward. I'm just gonna do one game, a half hour. Oh, one game, half hour or so, you know, however long that game takes, and then like done for the day. Because I realize, you know, 2 hours without live interaction is a lot of time to commit to. Half hour shouldn't be too bad. You know, so it's not like it's taking up a lot of your time, or my time for that matter, to sit around and watch the game simulation. You know, we can pick things back up once the copyright strike is gone and we're able to do live streams again. And even then, I don't know, like I might challenge myself on that as well, because when we do live streams, you know, maybe an hour is good enough for a live stream going forward. You know, maybe we don't need to do 2 hours. You know, I don't know. Like, again, I'm just kind of shooting from the hip at this point with that, but it's just something to think about going forward. But yeah, so that's basically all. That's really the announcement I wanted to make. There was just that, you know, oh my gosh, he almost went outside. You know, one thing I'm doing actually right now is I'm growing out my beard again, sort of like the upper part of my beard. I never grow out the bottom part because that's the part gets the itchiest. Oh, what a save! If they had a rebound opportunity, that would have been big. But yeah, so I'm starting to grow out the beard again. I figured I got time now. I got months, essentially, before I'll probably see anyone at work ever again. What I did notice they were doing at work is the application they're using for voice calling and video calling. They've actually, I don't know, I think in some cases they've actually required certain managers to use video calling, because I've seen more people doing that, but I haven't done video calling, and I don't ever intend to do video calling. I mean, I do that with, like, if like, I would do that with Natasha, of course. I've only done that with her once, but I would certainly do video calling with her. But not, like, work is just weird. Like, I know part of the reason, oh my gosh, what a hit. I know part of the reason why they want to do video calling, and it's not for the reason that you would think it is. Maybe it is. The reason why you would do video calling is because then managers can make sure that you're actually your work environment, your work setup, your workstation setup at home is, and again, it's not that mine's not, but I think it's really more or less just a way to check on people to make sure that they're doing what they should be doing, or at least their workstation set up the way it should be set up, because they do say, like, your work environment needs to be in a place where people where you can't be distracted and this, that, and the other. And so, like, I think that's part of the, you know, like, it's part of a strategy, I think, to some extent, to why, like, they want to do that. But I haven't seen any, like, peon type of person, you know, on a video chat where, like, they would, oh, what a save, where they really be trying to monitor something like that. So, oh, what a hit. Damn, man, that dude, like, took like an hour to get up. Shit.
Clock ticking down here inside the first period. Looking to make something happen along the boards. And now he moves it quickly to McEachran.
Oh, nice pass inside, but then you just wasted it passing it back up. So I've actually got, I don't know if it'll be, if I'll premiere it or just release it before, like, one of these videos, but I do have an Age of Empires video I did record back when I did the one about the Mexicans paying for the wall. I have another one I did, but I haven't published it yet. It was actually kind of a neat concept. I don't want to announce I don't want to say what it was, but I thought it was a neat concept, and that game was a little bit longer than the one with building the wall, which was kind of neat, but it was certainly more certainly more complicated than just building a wall. So like in that game, like building stuff is not really all that complicated, especially when the AI is not trying to constantly attack you. So, you know, the ante gets upped when you know, the difficulty's up, and you don't have treaties and stuff like that. So like again, there was a time, and again, I don't even remember if they had treaties in the older games or not. I almost swear they didn't. But then again, I really don't remember because I never used them, and so I was always just used to, you start playing a game and then the AI would just start attacking you based on how much resources you had. So if you had advanced pretty quick, oh my gosh, power play for Dallas now. If you had advanced pretty quick to the point where you were really outplaying the AI by a lot, like they would just start sending waves upon waves of cavalry to try to attack you and deplete your resources. But when you have the treaty in place, like that lets you get away with like not having to worry about the AI at all. Oh, someone just got knocked on their ass. So that it kind of makes it a little bit easier in that regard.
Trying to get something going here with this man advantage as they start from their own end. Moves it to Fulton.
Just dump it. Clear it. Oh my gosh, bad clear. Yeah, so there's that, and I don't know, like I said, I mean, I've been kind of just being a bum. I've been being a big bum with just watching TV and, oh my gosh, just trying to relax. You know, again, like, I feel like relaxing is, like, just sitting there doing nothing is the only way I can keep my mind from being active. My biggest downfall as a person, I don't know how many other people, and maybe other people have this problem, but, and maybe not, I know I certainly do, is that, like, once my mind gets going, like, sometimes I get fixated on things, especially even things that are beyond my control, and once they get in my head, like, I can't, oh, breakaway opportunity, oh my gosh, I got poke checked away, shoots, oh, got deviated there. Got knocked off his path. But once I get something in my head, like there's just, I cannot, it's like a paradox. Everything, oh my gosh, what a save. Everything's almost like a paradox to me at times, especially in times like this when I don't have control over anything. Everything's like a paradox, and then I've got like all these, in my opinion, the way I feel is like I've got the situation with like divorce, the situation with Natasha, the situation with work, the situation with not being able to see like family or like my brother, like go out to a restaurant with my brother or see my mom every Friday morning. These are like problems I have no control over, and they're all like, each of one of them is like its own paradox. And so like almost every day I'm thinking about one of these things. Like when Fridays roll by, I'm thinking about, damn, today would have been a day where I would have had breakfast with my mom. Or Thursdays or Tuesdays roll by, I was like, damn, today's the day I would have went to beat-ups with my brother or something, possibly, if I was feeling like I needed just some human interaction. And not being able to have those things, you know, my mind just constantly just like is just constantly stressed about it. And so, and again, if you guys don't know what a paradox is, a paradox, generally speaking, is like, a paradox is a problem that basically doesn't have, it's a question or a problem that doesn't have a solution or an answer. It basically just, you keep going in circles. It's like a circular reference kind of situation where, you know, the answer is the problem is the answer, you know, that's it. And so it's not like something you can solve. And so, goal! St. Louis. Oh, snap. So St. Louis gets the first goal of the game. But yeah, so like the paradox thing, like that's basically how my mind works, and it's very, very annoying. I feel like it's gotten worse as I've gotten older. too, because I don't feel like I used to do that as much before, but like, man, it's just like now it's just like extreme, and it gets very annoying. But that's why what I mentioned in the stream, or in the premiere yesterday, the last game, ooh, St. Louis going on the power play now just after that. So St. Louis, there you go, St. Louis on the power play. Remember, St. Louis has got to win out, guys. So, I mean, if they don't win this game, they're done. So they're fighting for everything at this point. But, like, yeah, it's just like everything with this whole situation is just, like, beyond my control. And that is, like, the worst. It's, like, the worst possible thing for someone with a brain like mine that just kind of gets stuck on problems that have no resolution that I have control over. And that's another extremely difficult thing. You know, again, part of it's control, because I don't know about you guys, but I don't like being in situations where I don't have some amount of control over what's going on in my life. And when literally nothing that I do is within my control, and I should say nothing, like obviously streaming and stuff like that is within my control, within reason. Wow, what a bad... Oh, he turned it over! Breakaway opportunity, short-handed goal, goal! Dallas, oh my God, St. Louis, how could you allow that? What a trashy freaking sequence of events. You know, obviously there's some things I can control, but like the big things in my life right now, like when you think about it in life, what are the things that matter the most? They're the, like, in my sense, they're the people that you surround yourself with. So, but when it comes to like my relationships, whether it's the marriage or the new thing, you know, the blossoming thing, you know, I have zero control over both of those things right now because of this. I have zero control over the ability to you know, go you know, meet with my brother or meet with my mom. Like, I have zero control over that because it's all controlled by the stay-at-home order with the virus, and like at work, you know, again, as much as I usually complain about not wanting to go to PA sometimes, you know, it's like eventually you guys know I do go out there because it's good to just be around the people you work with sometimes. You know, you have to have that human interaction because, one, you appreciate it more, people appreciate you more, and just that office environment makes things a lot different. So, like, literally, there's so many of those major aspects that require or involve interaction with other people that, like, I have zero control over right now. And so, like, those are all the different paradoxes, like, in my head that make things so complicated. And that, to me, that's like those are like the biggest parts of my life. Oh, what a save. Those are like the biggest parts of my life right now, and those are unfortunately all the things I can't control. So, like, yeah, I know you know, there's like this I can control, but, you know, when you have so much weighing on your head and weighing on your heart, you know, because it's emotional, and oh my God, it's emotional and physical, or emotional and mental issues, you know, that affects you in both ways. You know, obviously new love, old love, you know, again with the relationship stuff, but then also everything else is just with your mind, you know, or the emotions you feel like, you know, I can't see my mom or I can't see my brother, you know, even though I can only handle my brother normally in limited doses, but still, like, you know, I can't just say, hey, let's go hang out at B-Dubs or something, you know. So it's all those things that just combine, and then, like, that takes a drag on you, and that's a huge drag on your mentality and your heart. And those two things dictate, like, sometimes those things dictate your happiness in life, and then ultimately your happiness dictates, you know, what you want to do in life. You know, you don't see too many people that are sad and depressed doing things that make themselves happy, or doing things necessarily to advance their career all the time, right? You know, it's just those things weigh on you so much as a human being that if you're depressed, you're not really doing a whole lot to advance your career or advance yourself in life. You're just depressed, and you can't, and then you're like stuck. So that's kind of like where I'm at right now in life, and it really sucks. But so that's why, like, once I can get like certain hurdles cleared in my life, and I feel like I have a little bit more control over things, then like that would be a huge relief for me personally. I feel a lot better about how things are going in life. But anyway, so that's the end of period 2. In this game, we are tied 1-1. Oh, you know what? I didn't even know when the other goal happened. I think it was in period 2. Yeah, it was in period 2. I just don't know when. So I'm gonna go back and figure that one out. But yeah, so wow, so we've had two videos, and basically all I've done is talk about like kind of my problems. But I think the things I'm talking about are things that probably most of you can relate to, right? I mean, again, if you understand anything about what I'm talking about, obviously I know a lot of people haven't gone through divorce and stuff like that, so obviously most of you can't relate to that. But if you've had parents that have gone through it, or you've heard about people who've gone through it, you obviously know it's not an easy thing, and that's basically all you really need to know. One timer and missed. But then when you're talking about new love, again, like these are unprecedented times, right? It's like, when's the goal? Oh, St. Louis. I'm surprised there was no goalie interference, kind of, maybe. I mean, he screened the goalie, so I mean, I guess, you can do that. It just, he was awfully close to the goalie, man, when that shot was taken. But he wasn't getting in his way. He didn't prevent him from being able to move. It like went under his left foot. He raised his skate like he was peeing on a tree, like a dog. And they scored. So St. Louis is still in it. Again, St. Louis has to win out in order to win this series. So, I mean, that's rough for them, man. They got all the work to do. All the pressure's on St. Louis right now. Oh, my gosh. But again, these are unprecedented times for us as a society. Again, like I'm older than most of you, if not all of you, and I've never seen anything like this in my life. If John's here, he's the only person in this chat that's older than me. So, and he hasn't even seen anything like this. I know that for a fact. I mean, obviously we all know that because the last time something like this happened was 1912 or 1917 or 1917, 1918. The Spanish flu was essentially the last pandemic that swept the nation. And, it's, so no one really in our lifetime has seen anything like this before. They wouldn't have been old enough. Again, even if they were born during the time, they wouldn't remember it. So, which, believe it or not, there could be people that were alive during then. But they would have been newborns essentially. If you're 100 years old, 102, right?
Dallas plays the puck along the boards. Handles the puck. Moves it quickly over to Ben. And now it's grabbed by Sanford. Carries the puck through the neutral zone. Here's a chance right out in front.
He took a little too long to get that pass off. But yeah, so I mean, it's unprecedented. So I mean, it's very, what you can't really say, oh yeah, the last time where I was forced to live inside my house and not be able to go anywhere, not be able to see my girlfriend, or not see my, or not get things done in life because of social. Oh, that was a good one-timer opportunity, but social, restrictions, like you can't ever say that's ever happened. It just hasn't, and so it's just crazy, unless, it's one thing if someone, like, oh, my girlfriend went on vacation, so she was out of the country, or I couldn't see her for 5 days, but I could handle 5 days. But you guys realize the last time I've literally seen my girlfriend it's been 38 days, I think was the number. 38 days? That's been a long time. 39 days today, I think. It was 38 days yesterday. 39 days since I seen my girlfriend. I mean, that's brutal. I mean, I think most people, if you have a girlfriend, I mean, and you're through this, something somewhat serious, then you can relate to what I'm talking about. I mean, that's not an easy ordeal if you have, you know, if you have a connection with that person, it's not an easy ordeal. But
St. Louis players were saying earlier this morning that they wanted to create more offense. They have done just that, and they lead here in the third. Good read by the winger as the two setters tie up.
all right, so there's less than half a period left. St. Louis is still up by 1. Oh my gosh, bad place to turn that over. Ooh. Oh my God, that was just bad AI right there. I mean, that dude had such a good goal. Wow, Dallas manages to tie that up, man. St. Louis, what are you doing, dude? St. Louis, what is this? St. Louis's defense, I think, this is garbage, man. Like, what the hell? But yeah, anyway, so, geez, this is almost the second game. We're still talking about problems. You know, yeah, this is just a way in a sense for me to decompress, guys. You know, just to talk. You know, sometimes that's all you need. You know, I don't have like a shrink or anyone I really talk to about too much. I literally told that there's only 2 people, there's 3 people now at work that know I'm going through a divorce. Literally only 3, unless someone else told and when they shouldn't have. But like literally, until recently, there was only 1. Within the last few weeks is when I told the second person, and then this week I told the third person. Only 1 person, 2 of the people were on my team, but only 1 person on my team knew. For like months now, and then I literally the second person. Oh my God, what a hit! A second person on my team was the third person to hear about it, and that was just earlier this week. But like literally, I don't talk to anyone at work about it because I've always been at work. I've always been a private person. And that's why usually if people are going through stuff, I don't ask people questions. You know, some people I think may think it's rude. Because I get like as a boss to some extent, you kind of care about, you need to show like ways you care about people, but I don't like dig into people's private lives. I don't ask them, hey, how's it going? If they say, hey, I'm good, then okay, good. Then I'm glad you're good. Like I'm not like, oh, are you sure? You know, or is there something wrong? You know, I don't do all that stuff. This is not me. And like no one asked me that, and I don't like share a lot with anyone from a personal standpoint at work, so it's the way I am. I don't ask a lot of questions. I don't give a lot of information. So, like I said, 3 people out of like you know our team's not that big, but again, there's only 2 people on our team of like I don't know, like let's say like I don't know 8 people or something. I don't know. Broke his stick. Good opportunity. Get down there, broken stick. You let the guy with the broken stick slow you down? All right, St. Louis deserves to lose this game. Literally, the guy without a stick stopped him. How retarded are you, dude? Like seriously, like I'm drinking champagne still right now. You're just pissing me off. I'm like a pissed off drunk right now. I'm not drunk though, but I'm like a pissed off drunk right now, dude. Like seriously, you had to like get past that guy. How do you let the guy with those sticks shoots and saved? Damn. All right, so 34 seconds left in the period. This one could be seen in OT. But yeah, I think a lot of you can probably relate to some of the things I'm talking about. And again, I'm sure all of you are different. Some of you are probably more private. Some of you are probably more open with people about the internals of your life, but I'm just telling you, I'm normally not a person that's very open about the internals of my life. And probably some of you are probably like, wait, you're getting divorced? Exactly. Once things are done there, then I will possibly, I'm not going to have a whole video dedicated to it, but I'll possibly in some stream or video talk about what I went through with that. Because again, that's just more about the healing process than anything else with divorces. But probably some of you probably never heard that I was going through it, and it may be a surprise to you, but that's just who I am. There's certain people in the streams I've told because of certain situations that didn't necessarily require them to know it, but I didn't want people to think that I was being like, oh, scores with 4.4 seconds left in the game. Oh my God. I was not expecting that. I thought we were going to OT, guys. I was just nonchalantly just talking like, ho hum, ho hum. This game is happening. Oh my God.
And that brings an end to this one here this evening. Really good game for them. I thought they played well in several different
That is
segments of the game.
crazy. So St. Louis wins the game.
And also in the
I cannot believe it. I'm actually I'm just, like I said, I'm just surprised. I was not expecting them to anyone to actually win this game in the third period. So we can talk more in the next video. The Monday night video. Everyone will be like, wow, this is just like this is like a long 3-day discussion. Alright guys, so that is the end of this video. And here is the updated playoff bracket. So St. Louis claws their way back in a little bit, but again, you know, the next game we'll have will be the game 6 in Dallas. So St. Louis has got to win that one too, just to even the series. And if they can manage to do that, then you get a game 7 in St. Louis, which would be crazy to be down 3-1 and come back and tie it, or come back and win it. You know, I happen to know of a team that's done that. Well, I guess 2 teams technically that have done that in recent history, so it's not impossible. Well, I don't think you hear about that much in NHL. That's a good question. Does anyone know? Has anyone ever come back from a 3-1 deficit in a playoff game in the NHL? I'm not sure. But anyway, so thank you guys for everyone who stopped by today. Appreciate it very much. Thank you all for your continued support as usual. The next premiere will be Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And until next time, guys, bye-bye.